horses.
It's always interesting to see what color they are.
Yes.
You're gonna get another white one?
I hope. That one went really well.
Good.
Yeah. Had him advertised for about an hour and a half.
Mm.
Went to Iowa.
That's the one you were gonna take to Idaho?
No, that one went up north, just Indianapolis.
Always bet on the horses, and my uncle, he's dead now, he said bet on the gray horse. I mean,
That's what my mother always
you
said.
know how many gray horses I bet on? Been one,
Did it win?
yeah.
I always bet on grays for my mom and never won.
I've, one time, so.
So far. Is
Yeah.
Julie coming with her contract?
She's supposed to be, yeah. She didn't even give me a copy, so.
You're supposed to get some heavy rain tonight,
I don't know, it looked like, there she is.
Yay.
Julie? Supposed to be windy tomorrow,
Yeah,
it is drizzling right now. 30 mile an hour is what I see.
looks like maybe 6/10 of an inch would be about it, hopefully.
Didn't look like much on my radar today. I had a couple of things in the bed of my truck that I had to wait until the kids in town got home to help me store them. I've been having to run like a chicken with my head cut off. My aunt's getting ready to move out of her house down in Jasper, so I had to move my mom's stuff out. That's why I bought that container. That's on the half on, half off property. And, the thing is I called regular container movers and everything like that. My God, you wouldn't believe what they want to move that container. Well, I put it as far back as I thought I could because I was under the understanding that that property there was not much bigger than the foundation of the old church. So I tried to stay back as far as I could. And, $3,500 to move that, just to move it 50 feet north. I'd rather pay you guys $5,000 and own the property. I mean, gee whiz. I didn't even pay $5,000 for the 2.5 lots I paid for.
Yeah,
Paid more for the trailer than I did the land, you know.
oh, I'm sure we'll come up there and move with the grade all pretty cheap. 5:31, guys, you would please stand and say the pledge with us? Oh. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Alrighty. How'd you get a chance to look over the minutes of the February 18th meeting?
I make a motion, we approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Second, read the motion.
Motion by Retha, second by Aaron, all in favor? Aye. Claims and allowances.
Make a motion to approve the claims and allowances.
Second, read this motion.
Motion by Retha, second by Aaron, all in favor? Aye. Joe and Elizabeth Park's not here yet. Julie,
Yeah, I think they're going quick. Alright, and just as a Maximus contract, we use them for our consulting and they get us money back on our child support. Everything's wonderful. We've been using them for years. Just a thing that needs to get signed by you guys.
how many years is this?
This is going to be for 3 years,
3?
starting in 26. We're already signed on for this year, but they're thinking ahead. But we've been using these people since before I was here the
Yeah.
first time. And the price actually went down since I was here the first time, so that's pretty good. But they're locking us into the same rate that we've had for the past
David, you wanna look over it real quick or
We got another one right here.
already?
You got a signature date on this? I mean, when it's gotta be done?
No, well, I don't think there's any real hurry. Like I say, we're paid through, or we're not paid, but we're contracted through the end of this year, so it doesn't take effect till 26.
Well, it's a lot for me to read real quick, so.
Okay, so we'll just get back to you next time.
Yeah, we'll
Alright.
do it next, we'll prove it next time.
And also, I was wondering, you know, the federal government and the state government are all requiring all their employees back to work. What's the county gonna do about that? Are we gonna get on board? Are we gonna let people work from home? What are we
We're,
gonna do?
we're working on it.
Not a real good answer. But.
I'd like to see everybody back to work.
Pardon me?
I'd like to see everybody back to work.
I don't see why not.
I think we have everybody almost back to work.
No?
David's gonna be working on, he's been directed to work on the other.
Okay.
You're gonna advise her contract and next, we're gonna table it.
That's my request, Jess.
So we'll just table the Maximus contract till the, next meeting. All right, Scott. What you got for us? You didn't get to go quite first, but
That's quite all right. I really don't have a lot. We've got one truck down right now. I will say that when the weather finally breaks again, we have been out filling some potholes. Obviously, rock's been a big issue because every road's muddy and hold up, but the potholes are there too, and we're filling them as best we can, so, still short on manpower for the moment. But, if you see them out, slow down. Or even stop for them. Just don't want anybody hurt or worse. When we get one truck back, we're probably gonna send another one in. Emissions seem to be a big issue here lately, so.
This isn't directed towards you, Scott, at all, or any of our guys, it's just, you guys spent over a week out there by Lark Ranch, and somebody just completely disregarded any human respect for that road, and, I mean, I'd like to put it out there that
there's probably nothing we can do about that at this point, is there, Dave? Nobody,
I don't know what happened.
oh, the road's demolished.
the one we just chip and sealed, one a mile and a half, or
Yeah,
gone, I mean, I wouldn't take my car wouldn't go through there, I mean,
it's
bottom out.
disheartening right now. What was it?
Those guys worked their butt off.
Do you have any evidence?
No hard evidence.
I mean, we know who did it, but it's somebody actually seeing them and taking a picture. I may talk to one of those boys.
Just let's not publicize it yet.
Okay. Yeah, we're well aware of the damage and like I said, it's disheartening really.
Yeah, it's not on you guys did your
I
part.
mean, we know it was logging. And all, you know, all my buddies, they stopped. Two of them even moved out of county whenever we put our weight limit on, so I mean, it's not hard to just obey what we ask.
I don't even know if you take an ambulance out there without getting that in a pinch, I mean,
Yeah, it's really aggravating.
it's,
Yeah, money and time, we'll
gone.
fix it the best we can when everything calms down on the other end, so.
All right,
Right.
Don't-
say we're having some emission issues, huh?
We are, yeah, we seem to. We've had, we got one in right now getting the filters cleaned out on the particulate side. Another one going in to get checked out after that, so. same issues, so. And we're still repairing some stuff from the snow damage, so waiting on some parts to come in and hopefully we'll have that all back up and hopefully we don't have to use it anymore this year, so.
Well, they're talking maybe snow tomorrow.
Okay.
I read it too.
Yeah, it's almost 70 though, it wouldn't.
Little to none, so.
6 inches in the morning.
It'll be the first time we've been surprised this year, that's for sure.
All right, Mr. Abel, White Scott's here. You wanna come up and discuss your situation with us a little? Or sit right there, you're fine, I know you're.
Basically what it is I put that container in because I had to rush to get some type of storage from my mom's property. So I went back as far as I could on the property and put rock in there and everything and I tried to stay away from where you guys normally had anything on the lot. And I do apologize for having my trailer with my toolboxes and my white car there, but that was end of the year, I separated from my employer and I had to bring them home and the white car is going away and I'm getting ready to buy a piece of property that's got a building I can put my toolboxes in out of the weather over in Lagodi. I've just gotta, I just gotta get with the Century 21 and get the property bought. And,
So how much are your, containers on us?
about maybe half. But see, the thing was, it was never anywhere where you guys had put any rock. I put that rock in there. In fact, the first time I had them put rock in there, they put it up on the east end on the entrance instead. So you guys got $200 worth of free rock. And, but you know, the whole process is, you know, I've been pricing around trying to put up a building. I want to have a building that I can work inside of and put my cars in out of the weather and have a lift, cause I can't get up and down anymore. I'm to the point of almost ready to take disability. But, that's why I've been trying to, I'm to the point now where I can make a tender offer to buy the property. And the thing is a good portion of where you've rocked it already, where that foundation was, would be open still as like parking area and stuff like that. And if it came down like during snow emergencies or anything like that, if you guys had to park some equipment there, just pick up the phone and ask. You know, as long as there's nothing there, as long as we don't have something drastic going on, I have no problem cooperating with the county, because, I mean, you guys have, where that foundation was, you cleaned it up twice. Which, you know, I didn't own it, so I wasn't spending the money cleaning it up. And I have stated more than once that if I owned the property, I would have had somebody come in and clean it up, but, you know, that's neither here nor there.
But the white car is going and the trailer, or will be?
Yeah, the trailer's gonna go away, just as soon as I get that, there's a property that's got a garage on it, and, I'm gonna get my toolboxes out of the weather. I've not been happy with them sitting on the trailer, and the only reason I've been parking my pickup truck in front of it is so that, nobody could go in and grab my tools. And the white car, it's just a matter of jumping it sits, it dies, but it'll move. It runs and drives. It just needs a control arm in the back, and I'm getting ready to sell it. And, my white car, cause my plan is to pull my red and white truck out and get tires up on it, but put rock in there along Third Road to where I've got places to park, and there was a stump in there that REMC left a ways back there by the water meter, and I was talking to Jamie Quick about bringing the backhoe up and knocking that down and putting rock in there so that I've got more parking space. And, the white car, the only reason it's sitting, the white GXP that sits there on the east side of the road is because it died there. And I never had the chance to get hauled up to where I work to get it on the lift to work on it. And then by the time I was to the point of almost ready to do that, my boss let me go. So.
Ernie, and I'm not being rude, sir, but it just seems like you've always got a lot of intentions, and
Well, I've got the means now, with my mom passing away, she left me some money and stuff, I've got the means to get some things accomplished. That's how I bought the container and the rock and the trailer that's got my toolboxes on it and all that. Was money that she left me. It just, you know, it was something I didn't have to,
Scott,
scratch up out of.
the container, is it all the way in the back corner?
It's on us.
I know, but I mean, is it,
It's towards the back end of the property.
cause he said it'd be like 3,500 to move that container.
If I called the container, company and if they could get their truck in there, it's 3,500. They say get a wrecker in there with a rotator arm. They can move it in a couple of, but they're $850 an hour. And they're an hour and a half away. So it's still $2,500, $3,500. And like I said, to be honest, if all push comes to shove, I'd much rather just lay a $5,000 cash money in front of you guys to buy the property. And gentleman's agreement, if you need a place to park a piece of equipment or something, as long as it's open, it's open. You know, I'm willing to be amiable with you guys. I mean, you guys have worked with me with other problems. I mean, we had the problem with the property where that foundation was, but
What are you guys thinking?
you know, I own on two sides of it. It's kind of a,
What value is it to us? Scott?
I mean, I can't tell you the property value.
I mean, you guys use it?
We have, but I mean, is it a necessity? No. If you're thinking of selling it, no, don't keep it on our account.
because my theory was, once I build a garage on it, that'll be more tax money for the county.
But, like I said, we have used it in the past after we went up there and done all the work and cleaned it up and pulled the stuff off and knocked the brush down.
Dave, if we sold that spot of property, would we have to take bids on it?
See, that's what I was told by an old guy that used to work for the county back in the 50s or 60s. He said because it's a partial lot, it doesn't have, and I'm on two sides of it, it doesn't have to be, because you guys have one side, 645 State Road has one side, I have two sides. Who's gonna want it in there? Yeah, it's one of those deals of, you know, and.
My only problem with selling it to you, Ernie, would be if is it gonna get so packed that then people can't see the road whenever they get up there to stop, cause that's where we was one time before. While we even ended up over in your neck of the woods cleaning stuff up.
Well, my whole point was, if I got the property, rather than deal with the off level on the north side of my property, I could come on that side of the property and build a building, a garage, and, have a decent garage to work out of and a nice spot with rock on it that, you know, if we need to set some equipment there. And it's one of those deals where, you know, somebody needs to set something up their truck or whatever, piece of equipment. As long as it's open and, you know, I'm not using it, I'm, you know, just pick up the phone and ask. I mean, you know, I'm willing to work with anybody. I'm just, like I said, I'm to the point of, I've got the feasibility to go to the bank right now.
But I'm sure we'd have to have it appraised.
Yeah, I mean, that's not out of the question, I wouldn't think, Ernie. No. But
Well, I mean, I bought the trailer and 2.5 lots and I paid 15,000.
I'm with Paul, I mean, it can't be where it causes a congestion where somebody.
Well, no, my plan was to set, if I set a building on it, I was gonna set a building a ways back and have a place where, you know, I could pull a couple of cars in front of the building and not necessarily have everything lining up alongside Third Road. But most of the fact is I wanna build a garage so I can get my cars in and out of the work. I was like, and that gold Monte Carlo, that was kind of a weird deal. I've been working on a deal for that car for almost 2 months trying to buy it and had it shipped in out of Texas, cause I wanted another Monte Carlo. I used to drive one. And, that's kind of where the guy dumped it. And then right about the time it got here, we got bad weather and I got a sore foot. And, you know, then my foot's getting better and the weather's getting better, and my plan is, I had some of the neighbor boys up there helping me move stuff around and put stuff away. And my next plan is to get the gold Monte Carlo up. My plan is to have it running by the 15th.
How big of a lot is that, you know, Paul?
It's like 40 by 70, 44 by 70 or something like, it's basically the width of the rock and then go down about maybe a third more from where the rock is now to get to the end of it. I didn't know it went that far down towards the west end of the property. I thought it ended closer to the end of the foundation.
No.
Almost nothing.
That's on me. I didn't survey it and never tried to get anything.
Does it have to be
Accomplished.
served? Does it have to be?
We have to have that appraised, Dave, that's.
The assessor values it at 2,500, but that's not, you know, market value.
And I'm willing to pay some extra because you guys have put some money into putting the rock in there and cleaning it up and all that.
Yeah, they spent some time up there.
You know, I mean, I'm willing to be fair. I'm not trying to rip anybody off. It's just the fact that if I own the whole corner lot, and once I put an actual stick-built building on there or a post frame building, you guys get to come in and reassess the property and make more money in taxes. Cause that changes the value of the property. With a trailer on it, trailers ain't worth crap.
To answer your question, no, you don't need an appraisal.
I think it sounds awful cheap. 6,500?
I didn't even pay $5,000 for 2.5 lots.
Well, let's think about it then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll table it. We'll think about it.
But I figured, you know, it's 3,500 to move my building 50 foot north, or my container. If I can get it moved, that, you know, with, you know, reasonable effort. I haven't got a hold of any of the hot shot people that actually deliver those containers to see what they would charge to come in and move it. Haven't been able to get a hold of them. I'm waiting on phone calls. But I called an actual container company that they have special tool that goes in, picks it up and sets it off. And he said it was gonna be, he figured, distance wise and everything, at least $3,200 is what he was thinking. So I figured, okay, $3,200 to $3,500. And that's why I offered $5,000, cause that's $1,500 for, where you guys have cleaned out inside the foundation, which again, you know, that's not me. I mean, I tried to keep it down and I did a pretty good job there for about 12 years. Keeping that down until this last time you guys had to go in there, but now it's got rock on it. It doesn't grow up anymore. But, I'm trying to be fair with everybody and if it gives me a spot where I can go in there, you know, I was thinking about it, I was like looking at the length and everything and where my container is. And the guy was telling me that I need to put a roof over my container or it'll rot out. So I thought, oh, well, if I put a building on there and just put me like a lean-to roof on the west end over my box, and then my box won't have any problem. And, but I'm just,
Well, I think we're toward the point, we're gonna table it. Have David look into it a little bit. Would we give him 60 days to get that stuff moved?
no, we got till the 25th.
End of March.
But I've got, like I said, all I've got to do is make a couple of phone calls and put a deposit down, and I'm in the process of buying that property in Lagodi to put my trailer in. So it's not and like I said, I thought the container was actually on me. So my plan was to actually put the one trailer on one side of the container and the car on the other side of the container and be off the county. But I
Right.
didn't know that the land went that far back,
Yeah, okay. We're gonna table this.
okay?
What, till the next meeting?
I can get you some answers by then.
Can you come back 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'll come back. Like I was talking to, Nate.
Or do you need to, Dave? If we decide to do something, could we just reach out to him and?
I can do that.
But I was talking to Nate, he called me today. He doesn't sound very good to me, he's still kind of hurting from his surgery. But, he says, man, I don't understand why they're messing around with this, they'll just sell us, get rid of it. That was just what he said over the phone, I mean, it was just and I didn't, you know, it just, it is what it is, and I'm trying to get the place.
Well, if we decide to, you'll know before the next meeting, and if not, you've still got a week to get the car and the trailer gone. We're not gonna be horrible people and make you have to move that container all one time, so.
Yeah. I mean, it was one of those deals where it's like, those two places telling me what they were wanting to move a container, it's like, okay.
Yeah, we'll see what we can do.
All right.
Thank you. Anybody else have anything for us? Scott?
Have a good night, everybody.
See, Scott.
You too, Scott.
See,
Thanks for all
Scott.
you guys do.
Thank you.
Jeremy? What you got for us?
None.
Wow. I thought I only did that.
Well. David, everybody get the wrong week or what? Normally we've got a full house in here. I mean,
Sectional, man.
Sectional, yeah.
Oh, you can't mess with sectional. No, not in this area. You mess with sectional, they'll lynch you. Come on,
yeah,
man.
okay. Nothing, David?
I really don't have any, no, I really don't have anything. Good.
We were,
Talked about the, you do want to authorize me to talk to Matt.
yes, from core facilities, he's not gonna be participating with us anymore, and he's sent us a bill, but it's not really itemized. David thinks that we need to have it in an itemized form, so we actually know, have proof.
Yes.
You did approve partial tonight.
Yes, but that was off of what we'd already owed him off a contract.
Off the upstairs project, yeah. So, but if
So if we,
Matt's did us a good job, I'll say that. So,
yeah. We're not leaving on bad terms, we're just leaving. So. Would that be a yes to direct Dave to do that?
Yeah, yes, sir.
okay, thank you, I'll do that, get hold of him.
Yeah.
That's all I have tonight, sorry.
Still working with Scott and the insurance on the bridge and.
Yeah.
Well. Shell, looks like you got quite a bit.
Yeah, a few things. First up, Amy sent me, air evac contract renewal, set for renewal April 4th. So I wanted to know if you guys wanted to participate in the air evac again this year for, employees. $75 per employee,
Excuse me, how much?
$75. For 117 slots, it's $8,775.
Julie, what do you think on that? You're an employee.
Well, I hope I never have to use it, but kinda nice to have. I had to use Airback before and it cost a bunch.
Well, that's one of the reasons that we continued on with it was because, if we'd had anybody out there highway, share, even anybody here.
One person would,
Use it once
Make the
and
money.
pay for it.
I mean, I think it's like 30 grand in it to apply or.
Probably more than
yeah,
that.
oh yeah, it's
Hmm.
ridiculous. So to me, it's a nice little perk. So if you can afford to do it, you keep doing it.
Make a motion to approve the area bat contract for 87.75 for all county employees.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Aaron, second by Retha. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Where is our landing at? Where do they land?
I don't know anymore. They could land in my yard for me.
Is it,
I know they used to do over by Cody Rouse's, but I think they don't do that anymore. I don't know where they go.
I know like at Lagodi, it's like, is it at this, the,
By
like the pool
park,
parking lot?
yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know where it
I
was
don't know if they're
here.
still doing it there. since
Jeremy, did
don't
they-
have pickleball.
Did they move it on past Cody and put it on, Bailey's?
It's on Bailey's, yeah. There's
Okay.
dedicated landing zones.
Okay,
One up on Boggs, one will go.
okay.
and then one on down here, hopefully.
Yeah, and they can land anywhere. The fire department can set up a hay field too.
Okay, okay, thank you.
I know they've done it on 450 at Trinity before, they just blocked the road off and.
Mm.
All right.
Next, drug-free community coordinator, I just wanted to mention, I honestly don't know if this needs approval or not. But the Martin County Local Coordinating Council, the LCC, had been trying to fill a coordinator position since at least October. They were unable to get applicants. It was a very small pay, $2,000 annually to be that coordinator. They couldn't find anyone, so they asked Danielle Murphy to accept the position. She's the community corrections director. So since she's already an employee and previously we'd paid, like, this is a contracted position. So this would kind of move from a contracted position to, part of Danielle's, it's in addition to her current salary. So you'd have to pay Social Security and Medicare on it.
We can do that?
So the commissioners would have to approve expanding her job description.
Yeah, to include this.
And she run this past the, her governing board.
I don't know that honestly. I know,
Probably be first.
We're gonna meet on the 6th.
I'd recommend you get their approval first before the board. I think they need to decide whether she can do it and time wise.
What does it consist of? I'm not familiar with
in her ad, in the ad for the position, it, said the coordinator is responsible for directing the work and activities of the local coordinating council, which includes supervising and mentoring support staff and volunteers. The Martin County LLC meets a minimum of 6 times per year. The coordinator would be responsible for meeting agendas and minutes, quarterly and annual reporting, and working collectively with LLC members to develop and maintain the comprehensive community plan.
We had discussed this in a meeting back in November or December about this position. This is something that we've just started, right?
No, there was, 2 years ago, there was a lady doing it. So we were paying somebody to do it, and since then, I believe Danielle's been filling the roles unpaid. From my understanding.
Yeah, we meet 8:30 on Thursday morning. The advisory board, J-RAC, all of us over there.
That'd be my recommendation, make sure it's okay with her board, because
That's fine.
they need to be jealous of it.
Absolutely. And then how would they do that though, Dave? You wouldn't just add that, have her take that out over the course of 26 pays, would you? Wouldn't you just?
In this ad, it says, with the current payment schedule being biannual payments in January and July.
Okay.
I think that would be.
Yeah.
Flexible.
So I think we should table that till.
Yes.
Or-
Until after she has-
Or you could approve it contingent on the approval of, the Community Corrections Advisory Board. I'm gonna get that right.
Yeah, we could do that. If you want, whatever you wanna do.
Make a motion to approve Danielle as the drug-free community coordinator contingent upon the Community Corrections Advisory Board approving.
Approval of the addition to her responsibilities.
I'll second that.
Motion by Aaron, second by Rita, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next bailiff training and equipment, briefly talked to the judge and, you know, she had to, since we have a new bailiff, had to get new equipment and, uniforms best for the bailiff. So she didn't have anywhere in her budget to pay for that. For the last bailiff, you guys paid it out of the opioid unrestricted fund. So that was my question, if you guys wanted to pay for it from that fund again. What's your,
How much did we pay the last time?
well, 2,500 in equipment and 2,500 in training. He didn't use it all, but that's how much you guys allotted.
That was 2 months ago.
A little more than that,
It's
but.
back in what, September, October.
But she's had to order equipment, so we'll be shortly getting a bill.
What we got in our unrestricted fund?
Just gonna ask.
Last I remember about 30,000, but
And I know this is not trying to be rude or anything or obnoxious or. But does our bailiff need trained?
I believe he has updates that he has to do within the next few months.
I mean, I would think he's highly qualified. No, I'm not picking on, I'm not big, I'm just. Maybe by state laws and,
So was that her? Yeah.
I mean, I think he's completely qualified, I just don't know why he needs training, I mean, I think he knows what he's doing, but.
Was that her recommendation on the 5,000 or?
Yeah, that was what she. She was good with, she said.
May I make a suggestion?
Sir,
Would you ask for a little more information as to what the training is and what the equipment is that is necessary?
no, we can't be doing this every 6 months, you know.
Right.
Yeah, and there's 31,545.51 in there,
When do you think we're gonna be getting a bill? I mean, I don't want.
That's
like
almost.
within next month for
that's
the,
15%
for what she's
of our
ordered.
Fund, I mean,
Mhm.
it's 15% of our fund, I mean. I'm with David, I'd like some more information on them.
And I'm not,
No,
I don't know anything about the situation, but maybe that information is what you guys need to make a decision.
That's fine, I think it'll be fine. for
And maybe
another 2
just
weeks.
nail down a price.
What
I mean,
happened to, I mean, and the equipment from the previous
Yes.
bailiff? Was it, what happened to it? I mean,
I could be wrong, but don't they have to be fitted for the vest and I'm not
probably.
really sure. And then the sheriff did say last night that, he's loaned him a weapon. So, from the department, so it shouldn't be that.
Do you think the sheriff could get him a vest? That'd be-
He's not really. Working for
Kind
the
of
sheriff's
straddles the
department.
line of really the court's employee, but yeah, I can get more information and come back to you next meeting.
And this is the bailiff now, walk through the court.
Yeah, we see him often. So,
You can't sit still,
yeah,
even some of the snow.
yeah. He's been a great asset.
And we need to welcome our new, janitor.
Yeah, she's
If I may, she's doing wonderful.
good.
Great. Great.
Can you say? Oh.
Yeah, we've heard her.
Oh, I don't know.
Melissa Knipe,
From Bird City?
Lagodi now.
Missy, Missy, can you?
Knipe, I'm sorry, if I pronounced that wrong.
Welcome aboard.
Yeah, she's doing a fine job.
Great.
Good.
Continue.
Next, we got a call today, from taxpayer, saying that she had concerns, she couldn't make it to the meeting tonight, but, concerns regarding the sidewalk in front of the EMA building from the bay door to the regular door. I guess she was at the building to make a, payment. And she said she was ankle deep in mud there, so she asked me to bring information to you guys to ask for sidewalk in front of the building. So I got pictures here that thankfully Jeremy had printed out.
What do you think, Jeremy?
Printed out.
Yeah, so, and I was there, we were pulling out an ambulance, she had pulled up in the parking lot. And there you go in front of Molly's office, the sidewalk stops for roughly 37 feet. Until you get to the base, and it was wet and very soft in the grass that day when she was walking there. And I understand her concern.
I get a sidewalk for $1,000-$1,500, thanks. I mean, I had one poured relatively that, I mean, it's been a few years, it probably went up, but it was 900 and it curved and.
If I could offer the suggestion to table it, I know for the EMS side of it, we filed for a grant for some improvements. We should hear about that in a few days, so that would probably fit inside that grant. As long as you guys can make a decision on something like that, right? Just don't let it.
Absolutely table it. So.
Yes.
God, we're just tabling everything here tonight. We're not getting any business done.
Just think it'd be
I
busy
mean,
next
it's good that
time.
you guys know about it for sure, but more on the purposes of whatever. We're close to finding out about that grant, so it might be something to.
Yeah,
We'll be talking about.
thank you.
Thank you.
Everything going well? The ambulance?
Yeah, actually, I got a crew in Bloomington right now, they're doing 5 transfers tonight. So kind of beating them up, which is good, but I know that the other crews that on standby right now at the sectional game, but, they put tonight too, I'm with them, but, yeah, but it is good. So, things are good.
Good.
You guys are doing a good job, appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. What else you got, Michelle?
Oh yeah, I do have one thing that's not on the agenda. Judge sent a quote from Area One Protection for, computer to TV monitor installation, $637. That she asked that I bring to you for approval. Should have pulled up that email. I don't know if you saw that from
I
her.
read the email on that one. I'll make motion to approve the quote from Area One for $637.
I will second that.
Motion by Aaron, second by Retha, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's for the courtroom to allow her to have Zoom and the jury video on the large screen TV. I kind of forgot what it was for, sorry, but, okay, thank you. And that's all I have.
And that will come from
Mm,
capital improvements
yeah,
or unrestricted.
like that one.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's all.
Anybody?
Yeah, I kind of want to shout out to the, street department. They do a good job put us at the front to get the ambulance area cleared out when the snow came. And then I called Scott later on and we had a hospice patient out in the boonies. And, they went out and made sure that we get it back to them, so that was really nice. They're serving the community well. So,
Nice.
good shout out with it.
Thank you.
I will report to you, it looks like the legislature is moving toward a road bill which would require counties that are gonna get CCMG money to have a wheel tax.
I think we need to get moving on it.
So,
How do we,
We talked about it, and talked about it. and
How do we
talked about it for the
proceed with
last
that,
5
David?
years. I mean,
well, I think, what was it, 5, 6, 7 years ago, you had somebody down from LTAP. Make a presentation, maybe have that again, either with the commissioners or with the council. They probably do it by video now.
I just don't understand how much explaining there is to be done on it. I mean, it's just like,
You got,
you either want your CCMG or you don't.
you've got several new members of the council since then, so.
I will not to interrupt you, go ahead.
No,
I've had, my boss owns 60 vehicles registered in the county, first one for the wheel tax. I know 2 or 3 farmers, they got a ton of vehicles, please pass the wheel tax, I'm sick of getting our, stuff,
no, I mean,
I think more people want it than don't.
and that money does go directly to fix roads, no equipment, no pay. I mean, it's materials for the road.
it's really looking like it's gonna happen, so.
Yeah, I was on a Zoom meeting on Farm Bureau last week and they had a senator on there and I'd asked him the question. He said, yeah, it's gonna come up. So,
I really can't tell you, I talked to you previously about the governor's plan on property tax reduction, and I can't tell you where that's going, it's kind of over my head, and Michelle may have a better explanation.
I haven't heard any updates since.
They did whatever, the Senate, whichever house it was in, really changed his proposal a lot. But that doesn't mean that it's final yet, so. And he has said he may veto anything that pass it, so. It's a dangerous time.
That's a big deal.
the wheel tax conversation needs to be proceeding pretty quick, though. Cause to go in effect next year, it would have to be done by, is it the end of June, 1st of July?
It's later than that, but the other thing is, the council was talking about making some changes in the lit and the edit. And maybe all that ought to be considered at the same time rather than, so I think you're right. I think maybe the sooner that discussion gets started, I think the council would have all the information in their hands and then they can make their decisions. So,
Yeah, I think the changes in the lit and the edit need to be done personally. I mean, I think it should have already been done, but that's neither here nor there, but I think it definitely helped the EMS world, so.
it may be time for everything to be looked at.
That's up to the council.
But you guys, the commissioners talk to the council, so they start planting that seed.
Yeah.
And the seed comes a mighty acorn and a mighty oak tree, so.
Yeah. I didn't know that till I watched the American Parks the other night. They had where that comes from, so.
All righty. Anybody else got anything?
I make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Motion by Rita,
Second.
second by Aaron. All in favor? Aye. Our next meeting will be here Tuesday, March 18th, 5:30.
So. I guess I ought to just raise it, is that, spring break for anybody, is that gonna be a problem?
I'll be able to make it.
Well, that's right, you got babies coming.
If not, I'll Zoom.
Yeah.
Hmm.